You know, I'm just really beyond disappointed, and I'm just really laughing in the face of Mr. Donald Trump. Now, I cannot claim to understand American politics, but when it comes to foreign and domestic policies, when it comes to being a president, you got to be smarter than how you appear. But of course, you are not like that. People are always going to clown at you, and of course, if people are always going to clown at you, you wouldn't be the most useful leader of the free world. And let me just tell you, from the beginning, he makes absolutely bad decisions right from the beginning. And now it comes to the point that he is desperate to the point of actually cheapening out when it comes to the usage of any weapon or asset, to the point that he is going to bet it all on cheap drones. Not exactly sure if it's betting it all, but I'm just letting you actually know that he would be willing to go the extra mile to make absolutely sure that this bastard is actually going to do everything in his power to use whatever he could to win the war. Here's the thing. It started with bad intel, and he went in blind, believing Israel had the right one. He believed it twice. The first time, it's already bad enough that they did bomb uranium enrichment sites. And there comes a time that he must understand the stance of Iran for once. Do they really have uranium used for weapons testing? And all evidence points to no. Of course, he wouldn't listen because his own fans, his own loyal following won't listen because if you disagree with Israel, you are anti-Semitic and all that bullshit. Everything in relation to listening to your allies to the point of making bad decisions through and through spells horribly if you don't know the consequences to your own actions. And this is what Trump is right now. He is a man who never thinks of consequences. The world is suffering for it. And now he's going to be betting on cheap drones. He should have listened to Ukraine. He should have listened to his own circles. Well, he does listen to his own circles, and he is still gladly in an echo chamber he doesn't want to get out of. And now it comes to a point that he has to make all the bad decisions so that every one of us would actually just feel so badly on this. From the beginning, the common sense person didn't vote for him. And then when he was voted in again for the second term, even his own base hates him months afterward. He failed to deliver on his campaign promises. He failed to bring the trust of the people back to the administration. So here we are. Now, militarily, the United States might actually be able to last, but the problem is they would not be able to make a serious dent on Iran unless they use nukes. Thing is, they're very cautious about it. They won't use nukes because doing so won't give any other nation any excuse to not use them. Just because America pulled the trigger, which is a fatal move. And now Trump is going to use cheap drones. How pathetic can you be for trying to resort to things that you don't usually want to do?
In modern military history, and the weapon at the center of this change is not a stealth bomber, an aircraft carrier, or a new fighter jet. It is the small, low-cost drone. Reports claim the Pentagon is now moving aggressively to expand America's drone capabilities after watching how cheap, mass-produced drones have changed the nature of warfare in conflicts. During the West Asia War, Iran has demonstrated the effectiveness of drones, using them to project power beyond its borders and challenge adversaries in strategic regions. In many ways, the Pentagon's vision mirrors the logic behind Iran's Shahed drones. These are low-cost, mass-produced, expendable items designed to overwhelm defenses through sheer numbers rather than advanced technology.
The whole design philosophy is simple. Make the system so cheap that even if you lose many of them, it doesn't matter. You have to saturate air defenses, where quantity has a quality of its own.
And to accelerate that effort, US defense officials have launched an 18-month competition known as Drone Dominance.
Basically, it's only late they got into this game late in which they don't focus on quantity. If they really want to challenge Iran, they gotta stop. They gotta save costs and at the same time make one certain asset reliable. They're just not that type. They want to overspend on the military. And now look where that's got them right now, huh? Want to keep waging war, right?
The goal is simple but ambitious. Find the best companies capable of building large numbers of affordable combat drones and get them into military service as quickly as possible. The competition offers participating firms access to a share of $1.1 billion in defense contracts.
Yep.
The Pentagon hopes those contracts will help procure as many as 300,000 small drones designed for combat operations. The Trump administration's proposed defense budget for next year includes an astonishing $54.6 billion for expanded drone warfare programs. What makes this program especially unusual is the type of companies being recruited. Instead of relying solely on traditional defense contractors, the Pentagon is turning to startups, entrepreneurs, and technology firms with very different backgrounds. The drones being tested in the competition cost around $5,000 each and are designed to be expendable. In military terms, they are
designed to be expendable,
meaning they can be lost in combat without creating major financial or strategic consequences. The competition is also revealing a major shift in how the Pentagon acquires new technology. Officials say they want to move away from lengthy procurement processes that have historically favoured a small group of defence giants. Instead, they hope to encourage faster innovation by giving new players an opportunity to compete. Interest in these systems has been shaped largely by recent conflicts. During the Iran conflict, drones and UAVs have been used for surveillance, target acquisition, long-range strikes, and air defence operations.
The United States really just doesn't really learn from Russia and Ukraine, huh? Ukraine cannot fully defend itself militarily using military assets, so they made sure to actually adapt to the situation in any way possible, meaning they use different tactics, not just using with military assets. They're very thankful with the military hardware that they're receiving from Europe, but they, for the most part, have been using drones themselves against the Russians. First off, there is no justification for Russia coming into Ukraine in 2014, and there's absolutely zero reason nor justification for the United States to even attack and attempt to invade Iran. So Iran absolutely has every right to defend themselves with drones. And now Trump is going to try out-drone the other? I'm sorry. Fuck Donald Trump. I'm sorry. But that is just Trump being petty, okay? That is just Trump being absolutely fucking petty.
With offensive and defensive missions increasingly...
You want to actually keep spending more for the military so that you can actually yield the most number of crossouts from your list? You keep doing that. Don't spend for cheaper drones. Definitely, this alienates extremist cult members, really.
Relied on unmanned systems, highlighting their growing role in military strategy. Moreover, the US is struggling with an exit strategy in the Iran conflict. The lesson for US defense planners is clear. Future battlefields may be filled with large numbers of cheap, disposable drones operating alongside conventional forces. So, Pentagon officials maintain that drones will play an increasingly central role in future conflicts. As the next round of testing approaches, billions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of drones point to one thing. The age of drone warfare is no longer coming. It has already arrived.
Oh yeah. Okay, so kids, what have we learned from this? Basically, what we've learned from this is Trump is desperate to win, and Trump absolutely wants to save money. Oh, I'm sorry, Donald Trump. Have you not saved money enough? Because where did that money go? Where did all that funding go for the government? Oh, but what's your golden ballroom that's actually fashioned over a fucking bunker? You are fashioning a bunker because you know that the third great conflict is coming, and the first warhead to hit anywhere that has a nuclear yield would be Washington fucking DC. That's what the fucking bunker is for. So forgive me for speaking my ugly French, but the man with orange skin and blonde hair needs to get his head out of his ass and start admitting he doesn't have what it takes to effectively lead a military to victory. He has no such experience. The rest of the Middle East is in danger because Donald Trump started something that he will never be able to back out of so easily. Really, he has nothing to blame this on but himself.